what's my song again? I can't remember the words, I'm gonna think real hard, and maybe I'll find it. And what's my song again? I can't remember the words, I'm gonna think real hard. Think real hard, maybe I'll find it.
Hey, hello everybody, welcome to SIMS TV. Today's show we have Kim Burns and Ketryn Porter from Kim and Ket Stay Alive Maybe podcast. And now, your Arby's loving host, Steven Sims.
I do really love Arby's. How's it going, Fat Mike?
Pretty good. What'd you have for dinner?
I haven't had dinner. I just finished work and rolled right into this.
Oh, it is, what is it, 7 o'clock out there? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock here. We got to get you a microphone so we can hear you better.
That's a fan. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you crystal clear now.
Yeah, I left my fan on. It's hot in here.
Thanks so much for the intro. We got a great show tonight, and thank you again the other day. I know we had a really great tribute show for Rosie. Yeah. I got a lot of remarks from people, and even my family loved it. It was really great. They don't love anything I do.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Unless it's your dad on a golf cart.
Unless it's my dad on a golf cart. Yeah, I thought it was a really good show. I thought we had a fun time, and we got to share some great stories, and it was good. It was really great.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm drinking 3 different beers tonight.
3 different beers.
I have a Coors Light, a Keystone Light, and a Tecate Light.
You just dig at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I haven't changed much since college. Yeah. So I want to go over a quick couple programming notes. Are you going to hang around, or you got to take off?
Yeah, no, I'm hanging around.
All right. So Sims TV, you saw the new video. Very exciting stuff. Never miss an episode. Sims TV Guide on Facebook. And then we're also doing a show tomorrow with my good friend Sarah Yorgrow. That's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And Sarah's a producer on the show Returning the Favor. And she's a lot of new projects that she's working on, so we're excited to have her here. It's Ladies Weekend here on Sims TV. We got Kim and Ketryn, and then we got Sarah. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right.
I didn't have anything to add to that.
No, there was nothing to add to that. And, of course, again, like we said, you can check us out at the Sims TV group on Facebook, get your exclusive updates and live content all the time. So, that being said, I think we should get to our guests. I'd love to introduce you to them, so if you want to hang around for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with Kim because her name comes first in the title. Here she is, Kimmy B.
Hi.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, what's up?
Nothing much. Well, should we bring Ketryn in?
Yeah, bring her in.
Let's bring her in, ladies and gentlemen. Ketryn.
Hello.
Hi.
Second. I feel like we should come in exactly at the same time.
We are one.
I don't know. I don't know if we have the technology to do that.
We do not have the technology to do that, and
okay,
I'm so.
We came in at the same time.
We'll try to work on that. Do you guys know Fat Mike at all? Have you ever seen him on the show before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here drinking his pink water.
Just water.
Just water. And why are you wearing a Buffalo Bills hat?
Because the draft is on Sims. Why else would I wear a Bills hat?
Well, are you a Bills fan?
Football season, yes.
Kim's an Eagles fan, and Ketryn is a diehard Ravens fan.
Well,
the Eagles just drafted the quarterback to replace that bum they've got.
Who did they pick? I saw someone post something and be like, "What are they doing?" Like in a not.
Yeah, they took Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma.
Is that good? Bad? I don't know. People seem not excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they actually do with him. So.
Wow. See, look, I can go have dinner now. I can go to Arby's. You guys missed out the show. Ketryn, should we leave?
Yep. Peace out.
All right. Fat Mike, we're going to bring you back in a minute, but I'm going to chat with the girls for a little bit.
Who is the hand model?
Me.
The internet said someone was a hand model.
Yeah.
Just throwing the fun facts out there from my research.
Can't you tell? Can't you tell from your beautiful hands? And then just for comparison, look at this.
It's really small on my phone screen.
I mean,
big chunky.
You can really see if you put
Let's all compare hands.
Looks like we're all hand models, if you ask me.
I saw you pick up that kitty litter with a pinky.
Do you have any questions? Is this the first time you met a hand model?
Did you watch my hand reel?
I did watch the hand reel. I told you the internet's a weird place. I have no questions. I couldn't remember which one was the hand model.
I have no questions.
Well, these ladies are filled with fun facts, and we're going to dive into it. Fat Mike, you're welcome to hang around if you want, or if you want to. I know you.
I'm here for the long haul.
All right, great. So you guys all right if Fat Mike hangs up in the corner?
Yeah, man.
Sure.
I love him. He's great. He brings a lot of character to this, and he's also show everyone your shirt. You showed it to me backstage.
I'm a hugger.
I don't know. I don't know which way the camera goes.
Me too.
Who's that pink bear? Why does it look so familiar?
It's from Toy Story.
Oh,
Toy Story.
For a second, I thought it was from that cartoon from the 80s. That's gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
That's what I thought too.
Wait, do you guys not?
Gummy bears?
Yeah, with gummy bears, but they all lived in the forest and they dressed like little medieval bears and they bounced about.
But were they gummy? Weren't they something else?
No, they were called gummy bears.
I don't recall.
I mean, people didn't eat them.
I do not know these
All
bears.
gummy bears.
I don't know why everyone's chiming in. The comments are already coming in for Fat Mike. Fat Mike is the first to die. I don't know what you said.
Hi.
And then Travis says, so you like to spread the virus, Mike. What did you say?
From the hugging.
What did I do?
From the hugging. No, see, I was so on the gummy bear thing.
Mm. Yeah.
This show is off the rails. It is off the rails. All right, let's get to Kim and Ketryn. And Fat Mike, just chime. Oh, the fart chair's back, by the way.
Sure.
Yes.
The fart
Just
chair.
Farting up a storm.
Sure.
And Susie's eating gummy bears, which means those are probably edible gummy bears, which is what everyone should be doing. So let's hear it, ladies. First off, tell us about the podcast. Everyone other than Fat Mike, who stalked you today and found out who's a hand model and who's not, what is the podcast?
So it is a horror movie comedy podcast with a twist. Basically, we wanted an opportunity to talk to each other. We're best friends. We love talking to each other, but we knew that we didn't want to do like a regular old review podcast because we're not experts on anything. Well,
hands. Kim's an expert on hands.
Hand modeling, but other than that,
And professional hand jobs.
yeah, professional hand jobs. And so we love telling each other stories. And so we were like, hey, let's tell each other the story of the horror movies. And then Kim came up with a sort of like choose your own adventure type thing. And that's sort of where the game came from for us.
So what we do is one of us watches a horror movie the other one hasn't seen. And we tell them the entire fucking plot, like step by step by step by step. And then there's like a little game. We stop at certain points to see like what we would do to stay alive, pretty much.
And it's really fun. I've listened to the podcast. I actually saw you guys do a live show in Long Beach last year, which was really great. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you had another one scheduled, but then COVID-19 took over.
We did. We had another one scheduled at Elstad, and another one in Chicago, actually. But, we're going to get back on the road once COVID-19 is over.
Did you ever think about doing like a virtual, like something to do this? I know you guys use StreamYard for some of your production.
We've tossed it about. Yeah.
When you first told me about the podcast, you guys have been around now for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
About 2 years?
Yeah.
So when you first told me about it, I was just like, yeah, not into podcasts, not into horror. But then when I listened and got to participate and got to hear because I don't, again, not knowing any horror films, it was really fun for me. It was a really fun time. I had a blast. I liked listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's been really fun. That's been a big selling point for me for just like people that hear it's about horror movies. And I'm like, and here's the thing, you don't even need to like horror movies. So that's been really great, sort of introducing people to a genre, but also it's, you know, it's mainly so Kim and I get to talk to each other and make each other laugh. So,
and if you're listening, watching, tuning in right now with myself, Kim, Ketryn, and Sir Fat Mike, send over your questions. A lot of you have heard the podcast. A lot of you have seen them live. I guess my question is, you know, you said you were best friends. How'd you two meet? Hand modeling class?
Yeah.
So close.
Which I failed out of. Kim, do you want to take that?
We met in college. We met in Acting 1, really, right?
Yeah.
We met like first semester freshman year of college. We were both theater majors at Towson in Baltimore.
Kim thought she was way cooler than me, which she was.
I was.
But then
I was a real theater nerd. I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah. And then we were like, let's dive in.
Towson. Yeah.
We got some Towson fans out there. Our buddy Vince gives us a shout out.
With us as well. Vince was in Acting 1 with us and all through Towson.
Travis, not a fan of Baltimore.
Fuck off.
Jeremy said, watch Dead Alive. It's on my list, bro. It's on my list.
Crystal says she loves horror movies.
Crystal is one of our favorite Sammys. Okay.
Sammy.
What's a Sammy?
So Kim and Ket Stay Alive
what I eat every day.
Sure is like KK Sam. So that's kind of like for sure. And then so people like our listeners are called Sammys.
And more importantly, the fans want to know what you think of Old Bay.
I actually agree that Old Bay sucks. I hate Old Bay.
Fuck off. It pulses through my veins. I love it so
That's
much.
a Maryland thing for sure.
Is that a Maryland thing? And Kim, you're from Pennsylvania, right?
I'm from Philly, yeah.
From Philly. We might have another podcast guy on from Philly in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his name's Tom.
I know him.
Oh, I'm from Philly.
Yeah, I figured all you Philly podcasters know each other. Anyway, so you guys met in college. You started the podcast. Now, how do we know each other? Do I get to share that story, or do you want to share?
I don't remember. I don't remember officially how we came together.
Just the compound?
Was it just
so?
Just the vague drunk
Well, I mean, we have to tear it apart. I mean, I knew Dylan, who was on the show last Friday, I believe. And Dylan was in college dating your cousin, Ketryn, who was Allison. Is Allison.
Yeah, she's
she's still here. She's just not watching. And I think that was just it. We all came to LA around the same time, and we just started hanging out.
Yeah. What year did you move out?
2007.
Oh, so we were in 2006. So I don't think I realized that.
We were end of 2006. So same time.
Moved out in 2007. I remember meeting you guys later in 2007, and I remember going to your house that was over in West Hollywood off Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have videos from a flip cam that I filmed at that house. And one of my favorite stories of that house was I was there and someone took a picture of a bunch of us guys in our underwear dancing, and then 5 years later, the guy I was in the photo with started working with me.
I don't recall this at all.
Yeah.
Wait. Was this the house we lived in with Lonnie, or the one that Kim and I lived in off Santa Monica where it was just the two of us in an apartment?
No, I think it was with Lonnie.
Yeah, it's like a house.
Okay, the house. Okay, and we made
not remember a
underwear
dancing party.
I remember. There's a war going on about Baltimore right now.
I'm not surprised.
Baltimore. Susie's getting upset about it.
Wow. Unacceptable.
Travis remembers the party.
Wow.
I don't remember this at all.
I remember the vampire weekend.
I'm glad that you guys had a good time. I think I have pictures from that party. I know exactly what I was wearing. We all had sunglasses on, Ketryn, me, you, Sophia, and Lonnie, I think.
And Sophia had the boot on her foot.
Outfits, I start to remember.
It was like when Sophia, I think, just moved back.
Mm.
She did, yeah. We talked about that when she was on the other day.
Eric, are you eating this program?
Was it birthday cake chest, Sophia?
I think it was birthday cake test.
And
Also-
more importantly,
And someone clogged the toilet. That's right.
they say Fat Mike was at that party.
Probably them. Why do I remember, Kim, what is wrong with our brains? Why does everyone we know remember these very specific details and I have no recollection? I barely remember living in that house.
I mean, we drank a lot then.
Fat Mike and I lived together
In
In college?
in college, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun story about Fat Mike. One night in college, we lived in campus housing, and we had also a lot of drinking. And there was 2 toilet stalls, and they were separated by a wall. And we were in there, and I looked Fat Mike in the eyes, and I said, "There's no way you'll tear these stall doors down." And Fat Mike is a big dude, man. He took those stall doors out. To this day, I think we're still persona non grata.
It was an $1,100 costly run through the middle divider. but it took them 11 months to replace it.
And as John Mark said, we were holding hands and pooping. So
Hey,
yeah.
So I want to get back
You
to
got
the
close.
podcast, because we've got a little derailed, which happens. And to get us back on the podcast, I want to share a couple things. I want to first share this photo. I'm going to cut to it in a second. We'll come back. I want to talk about this. You guys have some really cool promo photos. Let's take a look at this. Look at that.
hey. That's my favorite one.
That one's great. You're holding wine. You got a baseball bat, and you got an axe.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
Eric taught us how to make really good fake blood.
That's good. Is Eric there? Does he want to join us?
He is. He just lit me stealthily and then crawled away behind the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, he lit you. I thought it was like, what do you mean he lit you?
He literally lit me. He didn't like that I was backlit. He didn't approve of the lighting. So he's lighting me with these fairy lights right here and then crawled away behind the couch.
The man knows how to direct. Should we share? We got a little promo that you guys sent over. You want to share that, and we'll talk more about the podcast?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how this works. Let's try it. Everything might crash. Stand by.
Hey, you looking for a horror movie comedy podcast with a twist?
Well, this is Kim and Ket Stay Alive Maybe.
So each week, one of us picks a horror movie and tells it to the other, breaking it down and at key points, giving the other a chance to say what they would do to stay alive. And I was like, what?
We solemnly swear to rarely get the names of characters right.
Princess Wilkins. Princess Wilkins. No, he's Princess Wilkins. No, I'm sorry.
And to periodically serenade you.
It's like My Favorite Murder and How Did This Get Made had a kid.
A weird, spooky kid who laughs inappropriately.
No, I hate when people crawl on the ceiling.
They're my nightmares.
It's Kim and Ket Stay Alive Maybe?
Download wherever you listen to podcasts.
Follow us on social media at KKSam Podcast.
Bye.
Ghosted me.
I'm done.
Oh, that was great. That was so good.
Thank you.
Did the sound play for everyone?
What was that?
Did the sound play for everyone? I only got like the last 10 seconds.
Oh, really? Play for me.
Yeah, it doesn't. If you're on here, you gotta like tap it, but it plays. It plays.
Oh, it plays.
That's all I care about.
Our apologies if it didn't work. And Travis says he'll follow that podcast maybe.
Ooh, zing.
Dylan says it sounded great. Anya says she heard. Everyone heard it except Kim.
I heard it.
I've heard it before.
Your Sammy's heard.
Kim and I had to go through and find promos today to send to you, and we just laughed at ourselves for 20 minutes finding promos.
Well, a lot of the promos are you guys laughing, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Spilner heard it. Late to the party, but he heard it.
Great.
So, what's going on now with the podcast and COVID-19? Are you guys still in production? I'm sure you're doing it remotely, and I have a couple questions, but I want to know first, when's the next episode? How do we listen?
It comes out every Wednesday. Still doing it, but obviously we're doing it virtually. You can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. Yeah, we definitely had some technical difficulties figuring out how to do it from different rooms.
Yeah.
Because our setup wasn't meant for that, but we're learning and still doing it. We still have one released every week. So I'd say that's a good fucking job on us.
Yeah, we've had 90 regular episodes so far, and we've never missed a week. So, knowing other podcasters now, that is definitely a source of pride that we've never missed a release date for 90 episodes.
And do you do them in advance? Like, maybe you don't want to share this information, but you guys seem like you do them and then release them, do them, then release them.
We do like a couple days ahead.
Yeah, we're definitely like doing it week by week right now. When we're in the same, like when our schedule is regular, then sometimes we'll stockpile a little bit, but not by much.
I'm sorry. Our troll, we're going to get into Fat Mike's question in a second, but our trolls are chiming in. Do I need iTunes?
Yes.
Darren.
Anywhere podcasts are sold, dude. So like Target.
Yes, Target podcasts.
And here's the real information.
There you go.
Thanks.
Eric is our producer.
Yeah, Eric is a phenomenal producer.
Let's get to Fat Mike's question before we forget.
So-
Fat Mike, what was your question?
So is there any? Do you guys have anything special planned for the 100th episode? You guys are on, I think 89, 90's coming out Wednesday. Is there? I mean, as long as the world doesn't end, are you guys gonna plan like a live one somewhere?
Yeah, we're not going to give away any surprises. We do want to do something special for the 100th episode. That's all I think we can kind of say at this point. Unless you want to add something.
The quarantine may or may not affect what it is, though.
Yeah. I think that,
Ideas, and now they might have to change. So we'll see.
I think that's probably what was that? Probably like July-ish, middle of July, something like that.
Yeah. But we definitely want to commemorate it. I think I am not going to get too sentimental, but I think in various ways this podcast has saved both Kim and my lives. And so we definitely want to commemorate 100 motherfucking episodes.
Yes, yeah.
What are you drinking?
What am I drinking? I'm obviously drinking White Claw.
I almost came out here with a White Claw raspberry.
So fucking good. I am a basic bitch through and through. Fight me.
She loves her White Claw.
So far, I'm down 1 Coors Light and 1 Tecate. I got a Keystone left.
Now, did you purposely want to have a smorgasbord of brands of beer tonight?
All shitty light beer. No, it's all I had left, to be honest. It was between that and 2 White Claws.
Man, you messed up.
I drank a White Claw on the show last time and I got heckled.
Fuck them. Come join us, Sims. Team White Claw.
I just want to keep drinking. After these Sims TVs, we usually do a Zoom after party.
Sweet.
Sorry,
I'll
Fat
bring
Mike.
White Claw.
I'm far away.
I love how much it's all through the Zoom, Fat Mike. I love how much he researched the guests, which is really endearing and fun because it's easy for me just to be like, oh, I've listened to the podcast, I know them. But I wouldn't have known about the 100th episode. I didn't do that much digging.
I know. Do we have? Are you our newest?
I will say I did not. I haven't listened. I just got the information today because either I'm a slacker or Sims is a slacker. But it is on my list of the various podcasts I pull up while I'm working.
I promise to disappoint.
And Mackenzie wants to say the podcast is great. Any episode is funny and thoughtful. For the laughs, I recommend their episode of The Thing. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. All right. So that's finally a comment that means something, where everyone else is just trying to pretend like they don't know what a podcast is.
Mac is one of the OG Sammys as well. We met him as a listener through the podcast.
And you guys have you have a pretty huge following. I mean, your success has been pretty great for the last 2 years. Don't be modest.
I mean, we're definitely grateful for all of it. And it's been really exciting to actually find out that people are not only like listening to us, but then like quote back our inside jokes. Like that's pretty fucking fun.
Well, I mean, the fact that you have Sammys is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's really cool. And we honestly have the kindest, most like respectful, thoughtful, empathetic, amazing listeners. Like,
yeah, we have really good listeners.
Yeah, and I feel
really sweet to us. Like, we don't have like, it's like we don't have a lot of like, I don't know, like douchebags or assholes saying mean things or whatever. I don't know, like maybe we're not big enough yet, but so far everyone's really sweet to us.
Yeah, I think we sort of, prepared ourselves for trolls and haven't experienced that at all.
Well, I mean, you guys know all the trolls. You're friends with them. They're on this stream right now.
Our friends are the trolls. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the trolls, we have a couple questions. Dylan Stern asks, have you done an episode on how to survive the pandemic?
Living it, brother. This is it. You're listening.
You're listening.
And Dylan also asks, where can I get a t-shirt?
You can.
Go.
We should have that link.
Oh, motherfucker. God damn it. Go to www.kimandketstayalivemaybe.com and go to our shop, and we have a shit ton of shit.
We actually have t-shirts right now too that are made for this time period. They say stay home, stay alive. Stay alive is like our tagline. And 50% is going to be donated to the
UN Foundation, who has a specific COVID-19 relief fund. So 50% of all of the funds from that t-shirt will go to that.
And you can also check them out at facebook.com/KKSamPodcast. That's exciting.
Yep.
And of course, where all Instagrams and Twitters go, the @KK Sam Podcast.
There's a lot of links to our merch too.
I think a ghost just threw something at you.
Just tossed me a shirt. This is one of our shirts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. This was.
Is that the? I can't see. Is that the bat and the axe?
Yeah, bat and axe. Kim, goddamn it! I'm doing that thing where I'm moving it to the side that I think I'm moving it to, and it's opposite. I've been really struggling with my rights and lefts, really badly. But yeah.
All right. Next question comes from John Mark. Do you have any advice for people who want to start a podcast?
I do. Do you want to start, Kim?
No, you go.
Do it. Don't think too much about it. Because if you think too much about it, you'll realize how much work it is. And it's extremely daunting. And it's still a pretty new medium. So there is an element of learning as you go. And I would also say find a perspective. What is it that you have to say that nobody else can say? So Kim and I, for instance, we are not experts on horror movies. As we said, we're not experts on anything except, it's going to sound cheesy, our friendship for each other. And we know that our relationship is what we bring to the table, and our love of horror movies and storytelling is what we bring to the table. So I would say, what is it that you have to say? And just start talking into a microphone, and don't think about how much work it's going to be.
And to add to that, like, if you want it to be successful podcast, I would say it is work. There are a lot of podcasts that are just people talking into a microphone and that's it, and that's fine. But it does take some work and some commitment. And so when Ketryn came to me with this idea of wanting to do a podcast, I was like, okay, cool. But like my number one rule has to be that we have fun. And the second we stop having fun, like I don't want to do it anymore. And so that intention has been really great for us. And I think that's what makes our podcast so fun. And it like makes me want to keep doing it because it is a fucking big commitment. Like, and so pick something that you genuinely will want to talk about for 2 fucking years. Like, let's like really think about it.
Yeah.
What you want to talk about.
Yeah. And Kim is exactly right. If we were not having fun doing it, the amount of work that goes into just one episode, we wouldn't have we wouldn't have a podcast at all.
And one of your favorite Sammys wants to know, what was your favorite episode?
Jeez. Crystal, while we're thinking, I want you to also think about what your favorite episode was.
Tell us yours. This is just to answer Anya's question real quick, though. Kim and Ket Stay Alive Maybe.com will also go to our website. It's both. So either way. With or without the maybe. My favorite episode.
I mean, we put it on the screen. I thought maybe I had a typo in it or something.
No. We just, it doesn't matter. We bought a domain. I realized people were going to type a different domain, so I bought both domains.
Hey, gotta buy them all. Buy them all.
We have both today. What is our favorite?
Well, we can think about that and we can come back to it and check in with. Oh, Crystal has her answer. Never mind.
Poltergeist.
That was
Poltergeist.
That was a good one. Yeah. I think for me, it might still be Trick or Treat, Kim, because I think that's really where we hit our stride. Like for us, it's where Kim and I were like, oh shit, we got this. And we brought 100% of ourselves to that episode and have done so for every episode since. Not that we weren't in the episodes prior to that, but it's like, you're finding your sea legs kind of thing. So for me, Trick or Treat, like, I believe I may have like laughed so hard I possibly peed my pants a little bit on Kim. So that's going to be the favorite for me.
And the fans want to know, does Craig T. Nelson, baby, like the podcast?
He's in Poltergeist.
Yeah. He's a stone cold fox. And I don't think I fully appreciated it until Kim told me about Poltergeist.
Did you watch him in Coach?
Oh, yeah.
Probably like with my parents, but like not in a way that I like that he was solidified in my mind, if that makes sense.
Got it. Fat Mike, do you ever watch Coach?
I have, yeah.
Is your coach?
Yeah, I'm a coach. That doesn't mean we just watch all the coach shit.
Yeah, Kim and I only watch TV shows about podcasters now.
You only watch Coach. All right, let's. I want to get to the game because you play the game every week. And now, is there any way to be able to play it with Fat Mike and I, or do you just need one of us?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We want anyone who's listening to play as well, for sure.
Fat Mike does not want to play, apparently.
He immediately leaves.
Just turn the lights off.
Yeah.
And we want the audience to tune in too. So however you think it's best.
So Kim and I both have 2 death scenarios. We call it our Rolodex of death. And basically we are each going to walk you through a scenario that's in an actual movie. Obviously it's going to be very truncated. And you will then, you being everyone listening or whatever, will get to answer what they would do in this particular situation and what they think the character does in this particular situation. And we will determine whether or not you will live or die. And Kim, I realized you're going to have to ding-a-ling ding-dong for me.
I know. I'm the only one who has the bell right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you one of these based on who gets the ding-a-ling ding-dong. Yeah. Okay.
So you got to, just so we're all clear, we'd have to explain how we would handle the situation and how you think the character handled the situation.
Exactly. So a good example would be, if we're watching a typical like 80s slasher movie, the choice that you might make to stay alive is probably going to be different than the character in a typical 80s slasher movie where it's just all about the good kill. So that's why we ask both sides of the question.
Okay. I love this. Fat Mike, you ready to play?
Oh, where'd he go?
He's there. He just,
Okay.
he's ready to play.
Kim, do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll go first. So,
Here we go.
So this part, you guys are just listening to a story. That's
Got it.
And I should also say Eric writes all of our Rolodexes of death, our Rolodai of deaths, because he's amazing. Okay, so for this scenario, you are a character named, Kim, no joke, Johnny Hat.
Johnny Hat! Shut the fuck up. That's
We
funny.
have an actual friend named Johnny Hat. His name is
All
Johnny,
right.
and he wears a lot of hats. One of the hosts of a New Jersey cable access show called Fact or Fiction, which deals with the paranormal. So that's what Johnny Hat's job is. He's a host of that.
Makes sense.
Right. One of your viewers suggests that you do a show on the Jersey Devil shot on location in the Pine Barrens. So you and your co-host are going to recruit a pair of experts, and I should say experts is in quotes, to help with the shoot. One is a sound man, always got to have a good sound man, who claims to have experience capturing the paranormal on tape. The other is Jim. He is a self-proclaimed psychic who, again, quote unquote, proves himself by doing a trick where he rubs hot ashes onto the skin of his arm. The resulting burn spells out the date of the shoot. So he's like, I am a fucking psychic. Let me burn my flesh off. And it'll say whatever the fuck, April 24th, right? And they're like, you must be real. Okay. But Jim is an unhinged weirdo. As Jims can't be trusted. He gives off an unsettling, antisocial vibe and is prone to violent outbursts, even though he's just met you guys. So here's the question. Do you, in fact, go into the woods at night with a whacked out psychic as planned and get the shot? And what does Johnny Hat do? So what do you do? And what does Johnny Hat do? So this could be the shoot of your career. This could really, really make things happen for you. But Jim's a fucking psycho. A psychic psycho, if you will.
You're telling me that Mario Lopez's wedding fiesta wasn't my shoot of a career? I mean, come on. I produced that thing.
Sorry. Your second shoot of your career.
Fat Mike, you want me to go first? Okay. Do I give
I just
both
spilled white
answers
sauce.
first?
Yeah.
All right. Well, me personally, I would definitely go into the woods,
Okay.
and I would do the shoot of my career because the show must go on.
Okay. I'm going to clock that answer. Kim, I'll tell you who gets the bells. Fat Mike. Uh-oh.
Fat Mike, we can't hear you.
Are you muted?
Oh, you got to do sign language.
Oh, goodbye.
Okay.
Birthday.
I know that I have to trust my instincts, and I don't believe that this motherfucker is safe, and I'm not going to fucking go into the woods with him. So, but I think that I can accomplish both, and I can cancel the shoot to him and get rid of him, the killer got his voice box.
Fat Mike.
That took me a second. And then still do it without, or get it like a new fucking person that I trust and feel good about. I assume that he goes.
Okay. Fat Mike, can we hear you yet?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay,
what would you do and what would Johnny Hat do?
There's not a snowball's chance in hell I'm going in the woods with that psychopath.
Okay.
There's no way.
Okay.
I'm a big pussy. And
Gotta get the shot.
No, I gotta get to coach on the field shortly after the next day.
Okay.
Johnny Hat is gonna put on his crazy bird hat and go in the fucking woods.
Okay, Miss Burns, my bellstress, could you please give Steven Sims 1 bell? Could you please give Fat Mike 2 bells? Could you please give yourself 1.5 bells?
Ah.
I will tell you why. In the movie, the crew does go into the woods to broadcast their special. Everyone is killed, except for Jim, who was blamed for the murders. But did he do it? So that's why I give you 1.5 points, Kim, because we don't know that Jim was the killer, but everyone did in fact die except for him. So you're taking a shot. Fat Mike is alive and well. Sims is
I'm a crazy bird.
So sorry. And this is actually from, it's a movie that's a mockumentary that came out before the Blair Witch Project. So there is some speculation that the Blair Witch Project got some of its vibes from this movie, which is called The Last Broadcast. And they filmed this motherfucker for $900.
Oh shit.
900.
I can't film anything for $900. This show itself's costing me $1,900.
So that is our Rolodex of Death numero uno. I'm going to keep score. Hold on.
Well, some people are, there's a discrepancy with the bell sound. Ang Yang
It's hard to do a half bell.
says that was 2 bells.
It's
Dylan says it sounds like 2 half bells. And Travis says that sounded like an extra half bell that Kim didn't earn.
It's hard to do a half bell sound.
Guys, bells are an imprecise science.
Ketryn will take detailed points.
Yeah. Ah, shit. Eric.
Or I can take detailed points. I mean,
My pen isn't working.
Oh boy.
Sims got 1.
Thanks. Okay. Sims got 1. Yeah.
1.
2. Cool. Okay, ready? Next question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For this scenario, you are Vanessa. You are a poor, illiterate teenage girl.
Okay.
Sounds right, Fat Mike?
Get in that zone.
See, that's my favorite character.
Feel it. Feel yourself. Your mom is arrested for prostitution, and your abusive stepdad is arrested for drugs.
Eesh.
A social worker comes to take you away, but you handcuff her ankle to the bed and steal her car.
Okay, Queen.
You stop to see your gangbanger boyfriend, as you do, to tell him your plan to head up north to stay with your grandma. He gives you a gun to sell when you get there, so you have some money.
Okay.
Gives better ways.
Me a gun.
Gives you a gun
so I can sell it for money.
to have money.
I mean, just give me the money. Okay, keep going.
The social worker lady's car breaks down on the freeway, so you end up hitchhiking.
Shit.
You are now picked up by Bob Wolverton, who works as a counselor at a school for troubled boys.
Okay.
On your trip, he gives you some impromptu therapy. He really digs into all the horrible shit that you've been through, et cetera, et cetera. And then at a certain point in the conversation, he reveals that while counseling troubled teens is his job, his real passion is killing girls he picks up on the freeway.
Oh, side hustle.
Man after my own heart.
He holds a straight razor to your throat and tells you to take off your pants.
Nope.
What do you do? What does Vanessa do?
May I go first?
Yes.
Dongs out if it's me. Hands down. Pants to the ground. Vanessa? Nah. Not going to take her pants off.
Okay. Big Mike, Fat Mike.
So I mean, I'm definitely taking my pants off. I'm along for the ride. You know, he gave me a ride. I know the rules of the road. I think Vanessa's going to. I don't think the gun was sold yet, so I think that gun is probably still somewhere within reach. And that guy's brains end up on the window, and she drives that car to safety.
Okay.
Well, okay, I'm going to give you a couple hints and clues. So basically, I believe that the gun is in the back seat,
Okay.
in your bag in the back seat, and he has a straight razor to your fucking throat. So like any serious moves or any even like slight moves, he's just like.
So I think she's in the Fat Mike boat. She knows the rules of the road. Pants off, pants off.
Oh,
So-
see, I'm saying she's just getting. It's gone.
You think she gets hit?
Yeah.
Okay,
May I?
Ketryn?
Thank you. Here's what this bitch and I are gonna do hand in hand. Okay? So I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? You don't need to hold that straight razor to my throat. I am into this. You've got this, buddy. And we are going to climb into the back seat. I'm going to take my pants off, just make him think that like this is going to be a romantic little rendezvous in the back seat. And I'm going to slyly grab that gun and shoot his fucking dick off. Goodbye. And then drive away.
That went south. I didn't even.
Sounds like an episode of Cash for Cab or whatever that porn website is.
And so, Sims, you're taking your pants off, and Fat Mike too.
They're already on the ground.
100%. Yeah, they've been out the window 5 miles ago.
This is tough because
You're acting like Fat Mike and I haven't been in a situation where a man named Bob had a switchblade to our throats and we had to take our pants off.
Okay, I'm gonna say no one gets a point for what she does.
Okay.
She's a fucking badass. I think that Ketryn definitely gets a point.
Thank you.
Because I'm not totally sure, and we're trying to stay alive. Hold on. His thing is to killing girls he picks up on the freeway. God, I don't know that taking your pants off is gonna. I'm gonna give Fat Mike and Sims each a half point.
Total half point. Okay.
1.5 point.
Okay.
Because I can't say whether or not, but he wants to kill you. So I feel like, yeah, it's just gonna happen.
Kill you.
Along with him, that's just part of the plan of killing. What
Right.
she does is she is like, I have all my clothes on, so I can't take my pants off if I don't take my shoes off. So she takes her shoes off and then hits him with one of her shoes, climbs into the back seat where she pulls out her gun, and then orders him to pull over and shoots him several times. Like a boss.
My brain didn't
I
go
feel
there.
like I
just
should
wanted-
have
just
gotten
wanted my
1.5
pants off.
points for the shooting part.
But you didn't get the gun.
I did. I got into the back and I got the gun.
I
Well-
feel like
This happens a lot on our episode, guys.
it's getting really cold in this front seat.
Kim tries to stick me on points constantly.
That's more you. I'm always the one fighting for my points. Harder because I don't know the movie, so I can't.
I know. I'll be gracious. It's fine.
So this movie is called Freeway from 1996. It's a modern retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. Bob Woolworton, written and directed by Matthew Bright, starring Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, Kiefer.
Oh, snap. Reese.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fun.
This is real.
Go ahead, Sim.
I was gonna say, like, if you want to play along with this game, like, tuning into the podcast is just the way to go. Like, I remember we went to the live show, how much fun we had. We did like 2 rounds of like the long one, and it was great.
Yeah, it's super fun. We also
I'm really bad at it too. I'm terrible. I don't know. Like, if I'm ever in one of those real situations, I'm fucked.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm not great at it either. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit that. I try really hard. I get an A for effort, I think, but it's tough, life or death situations. But I will say on our Patreon, we do have a tier where, like, we send you a home game every week, so you can
cool.
play along with us as you're listening to the episode. Yeah.
Wow, this is like, you guys have so much going on. It's more than just this podcast. You got the Patreon. You're sending people games. You're doing shout outs. You're doing all this different stuff. You're doing live shows. Like, it's a whole thing. I love it.
Yeah, we're trying to do a fucking thing.
You're making it real. And Eric says if you join the Patreon, they send you a home game so you can play along at home. Look at that. It's like that go.
We got all kinds of good shit over on that Patreon.
And Dylan wants to know where you can find the podcast again. I'll let them know.
Back it up your asshole, Dylan.
And if you can't find it up your asshole, I'm sure you can find it here at KimandKetStayAlive.com. This has been so much fun. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry if I seem a little, like, tired or drunk. It's because I drank 3 heavy light beers.
It's because you're tired and drunk?
Tired and drunk. So we all know where to find podcasts. Target, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite comments of the night.
Target podcast.
That, and when Travis said something about his throat or whatever, it took his voice.
Oh yeah,
Are you? What do you ladies doing the rest of the weekend?
What are weekends?
We don't know what time it is. Part of what we do on Patreon is we go live. One of our tiers, we do mini-sodes. So we have a mini-sode tomorrow, and then we do a thing called post-mortem, which is like all the shit that we talk about throughout the episode where we're like, what the fuck does that mean? And like, what is that? And is that real? And like, we don't know anything. And so we actually go and research it and like find it out. So we do that. And then we have like Q&As and stuff like that. So we have those tomorrow afternoon.
Spoiler alert, because this episode hasn't come out yet, but one of Kim's assignments, and this is all I'm going to say, her job is to research Playgirl and whether or not there are dicks in it.
Yeah, are dicks in Playgirl? I feel like they are, right?
Oh, you can do your research here.
I don't.
This is my
Fat Mike.
I don't.
He knows.
I can't answer for sure. I do not know. I would imagine.
Fat Mike, is your dick in Playgirl?
I would be insulted as a woman.
I can't confirm or deny.
A dick in a Playgirl.
Fat Mike was in that class of 2005 spread that they had. You know, they do the college spread. Do you guys have people are just dropping like flies? You said Fat Mike's dick and Playgirl, they're gone. What? So, do we have anything else you want to add? We want to do anything else? I mean, this isn't so much fun.
It's up to you. We have more scenarios. We can do Final Girls.
Should we do one with the audience?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do it with the audience.
Great. Do you want to do yours or mine, Kim?
I don't care.
How long is yours?
It's pretty long.
Mine's pretty long too. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'll do mine. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, audience, this one's for you.
All right. For this scenario, you are once again a character named Johnny. Sans hat this time. Just plain old Johnny.
Typecast.
Johnny Shoe.
Johnny Shoe. This time, you're a mild-mannered school teacher who gets in a car accident and falls into a coma. You wake up from that coma 5 years later to discover that you have psychic powers. Specifically, if you touch someone, you can see the future. So, Word of your powers gets out, as it does, and the police ask you to use your abilities to help them with murder investigations, obviously. So, question 1, there are 2 questions in this one. Question 1, do you agree to help the police? And what does Johnny do?
I have one question.
Yes, bad Mike.
The person you touch, do you see their future, or do you
Their
just see?
future.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Their
Okay.
Great.
That is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I had the same.
That Mike is listening.
And Travis says it.
Fuck the police. Nice.
He says no.
I am now keeping score for Travis and for Dylan.
Dylan says, I am the law.
Okay.
Dylan's in.
And just taking things back a little bit, Steph Grissom says, Playgirl.
Thank you, Grizz.
Evan Penner says no.
No.
2 dicks.
Radio, no dick. Radio wants a dick.
No, I'm sorry. Are we no to helping the police?
Helping the police.
Yeah, he doesn't want to help the police.
That's the question.
Well, then we got back on Playgirl and I got all confused.
Sorry.
All right.
A lot of moving on here.
Okay.
Thinking about creating a Zoom after party.
Sim, stop avoiding the question. Are you going to help the police, and what does Johnny do?
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I thought we were only asking the audience.
Oh, are we only asking the audience?
That's why I was just bringing up comments.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. We got more people chiming in. We got Mackenzie says, sure, I look good in the uniform.
That is true. Mackenzie is a military.
Evan says, yeah, he ain't no snitch.
Ain't no snitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I'm a rat.
Sims is a rat. Gotta watch out for them rats. All right. So would you like the answer to the first portion of this question?
Yes.
It is. So, not helping the police is what will keep you alive, most likely, because
Good job,
John
Evan.
does decide to help the police.
Because who?
However, I'm sorry,
Can you repeat who helps the police?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy, the psychic dude, is named Johnny. Everybody is named Johnny.
I just couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. When Johnny discovers that the deputy is actually the killer, he goes to arrest him, but the killer's mom shoots him and leaves him with a severe limp, so he can't serve anymore. So he retires from the police work and returns to teaching. But that's not the end of the story for Johnny. While tutoring a student, he touches him and realizes that he sees him and his friend falling through the ice while they're playing hockey. So he tells that kid, don't fucking play hockey. Turns out that kid doesn't die, and his 2 friends who do go play hockey fall through the ice. So he's like, fuck, not only do I see the future, but like I can actually change it. Okay, so now he has some new information. So he's now at a political rally. You shake hands with a Senate candidate and see his future. Not only will he eventually be elected president of the United States, but he will launch a preemptive nuclear war that will destroy the planet.
Uh-oh.
So you now know this version of the future, that this
Okay.
is going to happen. You know you can change the future. You also know that candidates for public office have a lot of security. So, question 2, what do you do, and what does Johnny do?
Audience, this one's for you. These comments are intense.
The comments are getting
See,
crazy.
I'm not following the comments.
Oh, I'll share the comments with you. First off, Evan Penner would like to say, if Fat Mike wasn't Playgirl, it would be all balls. Travis DeCola got upset with Kim for not being able to keep up with Johnny. Jeremy's certain this is the dead zone.
Okay.
Dylan says he touches students. Travis says he grist him the kid. And then our latest comment is Martin Sheen, the fart machine.
Thanks, dirty. Okay. So I do feel like if we were doing this for the show, this is what I would say is a trick question.
Okay.
Because if you don't change the future and you stay the fuck out of it, this motherfucker is going to start a nuclear war and you'll die. Right.
Yeah. So you have to do something.
Right. But what he does leaves him dead. So we'd have to come up with a different scenario than what the character does. Because what Johnny does, Johnny tries to shoot the candidate, but misses. But because the candidate, and I'm reading Eric's writing here, but because the candidate is a real piece of shit, the candidate grabs a baby and uses it as a human shield.
No.
Johnny is killed, so he's dead by the candidate.
Tide Pod Trump.
But the photo goes viral of him using a baby as a shield, and he doesn't become president, and we avoid nuclear war.
Save the world, at least.
Well,
Yeah.
when was this written? Because I feel like if Trump held a baby up to protect him, he'd still be elected for president.
No, work around it somehow.
Jurdy is correct. This is The Dead Zone, which came out in 1983, and it was directed by David Cronenberg, and it's based on a Stephen King novel. Christopher Walken played Johnny, and Martin Sheen, the fart machine, played the candidate, which really bums me out that President Bartlett played the baby shielding candidate. Very upset about that. But yeah, you're right.
So Jeremy wins, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeremy wins the game.
Yeah. But yeah,
Zone in the house.
That's definitely a tough one because it's like we do have those occasionally where it's like, okay, I'm dead either way, but now I have to make a choice of like, am I going to save someone else? So there we go. So it gets fucking deep on our podcast, you guys.
It does get deep. And a lot of touching, a lot of like sexual assault. It's kind of wild.
There is some adult content.
There is. I didn't. Yeah. It's not all Casper the Ghost.
No, we haven't done Casper the Ghost yet. I think we've both seen it, so.
That's my favorite.
We did.
Wow. Fat Mike, you got any questions for these lovely ladies?
No. Who writes this shit? Like, who writes these movies? Like, what?
Lots of
I
people.
just don't. Yeah. There's
Stephen King and David Cronenberg were two of the people that write things. We, lots of people.
Is that a rhetorical question, Fat Mike?
No, there's a lot of twists in that last one. There's a lot of crazy twists and turns. My brain couldn't keep up.
Yeah, horror movies
There's a lot
they're
of student touching.
wackadoos.
You don't touch students.
I think that Bill's hat's on too tight.
Oh, come on.
Well, I really want to thank both of you for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
This is so fun.
We've gone for over an hour. That's how great this is.
What have we talked about for an hour?
Playgirl.
Of course, for me and Kim.
If anyone wants to hang out afterwards, we should have an after Zoom party.
Cool.
If anyone on the comments wants to send a link, send it. We'll invite everyone on the comments. See, look, Eric gets my humor. Bill's hot is on too tight. No, he corrected himself. Yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys. Make sure to go check them out. This is a great podcast. This is a fun group of people. We got Fat Mike, we got Ketryn, we got Kimmy B. You can check them out here at KimandKetrynStayAlive.com, Facebook.com/KK Sam Podcast, and KK Sam Podcast at Instagram and Twitter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Fat Mike, you got anything you want to plug?
No, just wash your hands. Stay inside. Let's get this shit back to real life.
Got it.
We got a 100th episode surprise coming.
You bet.
Yeah, maybe. Anyone send that Zoom link yet?
Not yet.
I would do it, but I don't think anyone wants to see me up here typing like a T-Rex. Anyway, I don't want this to go. I don't want this to end.
This was awesome, buddy.
I could do another thing.
Just want to keep drinking, but I ran out of all my light beers.
I'm almost through my second White Claw, so I'm gonna have to replenish soon anyway.
All right. Well, let's wrap things up, and maybe all of us can hang out here in a few minutes on a social distancing Zoom call and have an after party.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kim Burns, Ketryn Porter, Fat Mike. Hopefully, Fat Mike can live out his dream and hear this 100th episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. We really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone watching. We will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time with Sarah Yorgrau. Make sure to tune in. It's Ladies Weekend on Sims TV. Powerful women stopping by and saying hi. All right, everyone. Have a great night. This is Sims TV. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.